Hey, Algebra 2, I'm really sorry I had to separate this problem, but the board I was using, unfortunately I was running out of room, and so I thought it might be easier just to make a whole separate video for advanced substitution. So we're in Saxon Algebra 2, and we're lesson 65. This is our practice problem. Now, notice that the title is called Advanced. So you are in Algebra 2, so this is a little bit tougher concept. So don't let it overwhelm you. Typically, we've solved for two unknowns. Now we've got four, RP, TP, RC, TC. So these two equations are set apart. They're totally distinct from each other. They have nothing in common. Then here's where the diversity comes in, that I've got RP equals RC, all right? And then, so we've got the rate of, and the time of someone with, we'll say Peter, and the rate and time of Chloe, right? So we've got Chloe and Peter here. Now here we're relating Peter's rate to Chloe's rate, and then we're relating their times together. So what we have to do is learn to substitute the two. Now in class I started with this, so that's, let's go back there. So I'm just taking away TC. So I end up with TP equals 12 minus TC. So the time of Peter equals 12 minus the time of Chloe. So I know together their times were 12. So what I'm doing is trying to relate so that I can isolate one variable. Now this is going to help me too, because remember these last two are the only ones where they mix together Peter and Chloe. Over here it's isolated Chloe, isolated Peter. And remember I just made up two names. But it helps if you're kind of understanding what you're solving for. Otherwise, it's just letters and numbers everywhere, right? So I've isolated TP, all right? And then I'm going to take a look at this one, RP equals 3RC. So if I go back to the first one, TP is 12 minus TC. So I'm actually going to substitute that in. So 12 minus TC. And then it also told me RP was 3RC. Do you see what I did there? I did two substitutions. RP, and I substituted in 3RC for RP. Then I substituted in this for TP. So I just took the first equation and I substituted in equals 288. All right? Now I can distribute that. And I get 36RC minus 3RCTC equals 288. Now do you see what I did there? I took this first equation, I substituted in each of the values that the last two equations gave me. Then because it was RP, TP, there was no sign in between, it's an understood multiply. So I had to distribute that to both. Now, RCTC, wait a minute, that reminds me, RCTC, it gave me the value of RCTC as 108, but I have three of them. So I'm going to substitute in RCTC is 108. So 36RC minus 3, and I substituted in the value of RCTC is 108. Equals 288. Do you all see how this is just like a puzzle? I'm working this puzzle and I'm thinking, okay, how can I get all this in terms to get rid of one variable? Friends, I just did it. I unlocked it by replacing each of these in terms of Chloe. So I had to use these last two. And then because I've got the rate of Chloe, the time of Chloe, I knew that that was 108. So little by little, you can isolate and unlock it. Just like we talked before about a Sudoku. Little by little, I learned what this is. Therefore, aha, it has to be this, right? So don't let it intimidate you. Keep working. Keep plugging away. There's nothing wrong with having to erase and go back. So I'm going to distribute the 3, negative 3 times 108. 8 times 3 is 24, and then 3. So it's negative 324 equals 288. Now I'm going to have to add 324. So I end up with 36RC equals 612. divide by 36. And RC equals 36 divided by that is 17. So now, little by little, I can unlock that. If RC is 17, I can go back here. Oh, wait, that's all in terms of RC. Let's see. If RC is 17, I can plug it back in here, right? Or I can plug it in here. RC is 17. So 17 times TC equals 108. All I'm doing is trying to pull it out. What do I know? So I just divide by 17. So what is TC? TC is 108 divided by 17. I don't have it written down. Let me look. I don't have my calculator with me, friends. I'm sorry. I'm using that So 17 times, let's see, TC. I'm sorry, friends. I don't see, I've got RC, and then I plugged RC in with 17. So if RC was 17, then where is TC? I'm trying to find my answer. So it ends up, oh, that is it. I'm sorry. 108 divided by 17 is actually the answer. I don't have my calculator, so I couldn't work it out, so I thought it was a whole number. The answer is actually 108 divided by 17. It doesn't work in evenly, so just leave it in that format. Now, if I know that RC is 17, then 3 times 17 is RP. So RP equals 3 times 17. So that would be 3, 7, I'm going to carry it. So RP equals 51. All right, so I've solved for 3. I did RC, then I used RC here and got TC. And in a perfect world, it would have come out a much nicer whole number. And then I used RC here and got RP. So the last one I need is TP, which would just be 12 minus TC. So TP equals 12 minus 108 over 17. So that's going to be another ugly fraction. So what is TP? It ends up being 96 over 17. And again, I don't have my calculator to plug that in, but you can do that at home. So 4 variables, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you can understand why I had to press pause and come back. I ran out of room very quickly on my dry erase board. So I apologize, but it is advanced substitution for a reason, because it is advanced, right? And all I'm doing is working down, using these last 2 to plug into my first 2 to help solve it in terms so that I can substitute down. So RC and TC, I knew that value, so I could plug it in and solve for that one unknown. All right, I hope you're encouraged, and I hope you guys have a great week. God bless.